All right, focus on. Good morning. It is a new day. It is a full day. It's a day of my bro-in-law. there he is. It's the day of my bro-in-law setting up something there. Yeah. So a little bit of construction work. I got another piece of gear I got to set up. Marissa should be joining us shortly, and it's gonna be a full day of meetings, editing, setting stuff up, rearranging the office because we're growing a bit. So come along for the journey today.
Look, let's cut that open.
Okay, here. Why did I even offer you a knife? Oh my goodness. I only buy Mac laptops.
$300.
Whoa, it's super bright. All right, so I want to give you all an update about what has been happening with Brand Your Practice and everything else that's going on. Something I've been thinking about lately is how do you scale? Like, how do you actually scale a business? Scaling it in such a way that it won't just completely break you. And I think there's two things. You need to have the right people and the right processes. So when it comes to having the right people, I've been thinking about, like, what does hiring look like? My wife, Susan's been thinking about hiring, who are the right people to hire with Kid Matters starting to grow, and we're looking at more office space. And at the end of the day, you're curating a culture. When you're hiring people, you're curating a culture. So yeah, you want people who have the right skill set to help you move forward, but you're also looking for character and attitude and kind of the energy that, what do they bring to the team? What do they bring to the table? Are they a team player? One of the things that I like to do when Susan wants to hire somebody is I go in and it's my job to, like, scare them away from the job. Like, just kind of say, you're gonna be a terrible fit if you're not these three things. And we talk about humble, hungry, and smart. Now, this is Patrick Lencioni's framework that he uses in having the ideal team player. But one, you gotta be humble. You gotta own up to mistakes. The game can't be about you. You are humble to the point where you're seeking the wellness in others. Humility looks like, to me, owning up to your mistakes, because I see it enough in business where people want to pass the buck and blame somebody else. But if it's you, at the end of the day, you got to own up to it, and that's okay. One of the values I'm trying to work on and articulate is grace over guilt. So instead of guilting somebody when they do something wrong, you want to show and extend grace to them. So yeah, humble, hungry. They got to want to work. They want to, show up and put in the time, and sometimes do some work that they don't necessarily like doing, but for the sake of the team, they're willing to do that work. So that's we talked about humble, hungry, and smart. Now, this isn't just intelligence, but this is more emotional intelligence. So going back to when I get to scare people during Susan, when she gets to interview potential new clinicians for her businesses, I say, we talk about, have you ever been in a meeting where someone in that team meeting, they just talk and derail the entire conversation? Like, it's actually not helpful content that they're sharing. They have a hard time reading the room. They have a hard time seeing what the team leader is trying to accomplish, and they just kind of talk about whatever. Smart comes down to being people smart, kind of having an emotional EQ. They can be able to read a room, and they know how to support that room. They know how to support the people in that room. They don't derail conversations. So when it comes to humble, hungry, and smart, those are the three things we look for in an ideal team player. And I think the third one, I think if you could add a fourth one, it's really comes down to character, because you're curating a culture. And so I think if you have those four things, you could have a pretty good team. So thanks for joining me. My name is Brent. I'm a tired owner of a small little agency called Brand Your Practice, and we'll see you in the next one.